probably weeks at this point.
Dude, you're just sitting there texting.
I'm getting onto it on my phone.
Oh.
I started it up, but it's got. I can't tell if people can look at the page before it started.
Oh, because it's like.
Are we going? I can't tell.
I don't know. I don't see anyone in the chat. Chat paused.
I think we are going.
Oh.
I think we are going, but I can't. It's you guys.
Yeah, they're saying hi.
Wonderful. I want to. I am home. If I was somewhere else, I'd say I want to go home. I'm very tired. I want to preface this today with saying
Grace is sleepy.
Very,
sleepy boy.
I've not slept much in the past 3 days, and so I'm sleepy.
Very sleepy.
What's the gland that regulates sleep?
What?
Is there a sleep gland? If I do have one, my gland is damaged. We're here live from the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone.
CHAZ.
We are here.
Name.
You see, I made that joke earlier. I am CHAZ. Like I am jazz.
Wait. Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
I am CHAZ. Yeah, we have taken over the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone. We have arrested the 24 or so people running the place, and now we have put in. Well, we don't run it directly. We've put in our own people. That would rule if someone did that.
Okay, couple questions. We're going to talk about this more later. We should just, I don't want to talk about it right now. But I will say, is it 24 or is it like 200? I can't get an accurate number here.
I said 200 earlier because I was being, nice. But I can't tell how many people there are. It doesn't look like it's, six-fold. It's like all these, I think it's 200 that are, there. Does anyone, do any of you guys know how many people were there?
Is anyone in Seattle?
No, they've cut off internet in Seattle. Also, all roads in and out of town.
No. Can you imagine?
That would, I won't, you guys know how I feel about the Pacific Northwest. But, let's say, yes. I will say, congratulations on seceding.
Someone there said they've been inside the CHAZ. Is that a joke or is that real?
Have you been in the CHAZ?
Apparently you didn't change the categories on the stream.
I don't know how to do that. How do I do that? How do I change how do I
do you want me to do it?
What does it matter what category I'm in? Do I have to restart? That would draw
No, I've done it before. Oh my god, I'll just do it. Jesus.
What does it matter? Now I'm just hearing myself. I don't know. Can you do it? Oh yeah, it says stealth RPG.
Yeah. Praise.
Guys, I don't. All right, edit. I think I figured it out. Oh yeah, I got it. Ooh, I can just.
You're doing it?
Yeah, we're just chatting once more, right. And we are Just Dance 2020. Just chatting. We are in the hype train. Is girls a category? No results found. Okay, well, I won't mess too much with this. I don't understand. How does the category work? So some guy's just I want to see someone else play Deus Ex.
Why did someone just say, don't turn into Michael Tracy? What are you people talking about?
Do you think I could turn into Michael Tracy? Jesus.
No, they're talking about me. People everyone needs to just chill out, okay?
I would never turn into Michael Tracy.
You can't turn into another person, so it's not possible. Don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, highly advise that man to get some pussy. Yeah, no, this is not. I'm not I don't know who's doing the Seattle CHAZ. I want to talk about the politics of it. The people doing it, who knows? I don't know. I'm not trying to figure out the bios. I don't know if they really matter. This person says the CHAZ is cool, but not much to it. There's no infrastructure in there, so it's basically a block party with a political twist. That's kind of what I'm getting from it. This person's showing their 2-month streak. I hope CHAZ doesn't poop out like Occupy. It is Occupy, so it's the same.
I'd say it's less than Occupy.
Well, but it's an occupation, just like the other occupations.
Yeah.
We've seen. And they've all ended the same way. So
right.
That. Someone asked, please give us historical context, precedents, and comparisons for CHAZ. So
here's one. Do you remember Occupy ICE?
Yes, I was about to say that is your literally your best one. Occupy ICE.
Everyone has a memory of a goldfish. Do you know that goldfish have really, really short memory spans?
Well, they can only live for about a week, so right?
That's not true.
Well, I never had.
They can live longer.
And he lived much longer than that. But like people are always like, "Oh, elephant has a long. The elephant never forgets." Yeah, dude, they grow to be like 400. They don't get dementia when they're 30.
Oh my god.
That's how they get so wise.
That's very cute, Praise.
I did have a goldfish for like a year when I was younger. And then I also, I'll tell you what, fish, horrible pets. Mine always got some fucked up mold on their face and died.
What?
Yeah, they always got fucked up. I won fish pretty consistently in games of chance when I was a kid. And they all got all fucked up diseases. But it's like, how do they get diseases? They live
I've never heard of fish getting mold on their face, Praise.
The people know what I'm talking about.
I'm not a fish person.
I had fish for lunch today. Your best bet to look at chat. You don't really even need historical. You can't really get historical comparisons because like there's people saying I've seen references to the Paris Commune, to other stuff like that, and let me tell you this.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Just
please,
because people are in a city, that doesn't make it the same as something else other people did in a different city. It's not. No. This, I'll tell you what, this looks like the same thing that's happened like every couple of years for the past decade. That's what we're looking at, baby. Yeah, someone posted this article in The Stranger, which maybe post it again because I know there's some delay on this. The future of Capitol Hill's new autonomous zone is predictable, that I thought was pretty interesting. And it starts off with the lead. There are only two known futures for autonomous zones. One is institutionalization, and the other is destruction. I think for institutionalization, he gives, and this is true. Although this, I don't know if it's been true recently. Is like in other like building occupations or whatever in the past, they have made them like community centers, blah 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 blah. But he basically, what the hell was that?
That's my doorbell,
baby.
It's so awful,
horrible.
I know, it scares me every time.
That's awful. What if someone does that in the night?
It's so bad.
Lord. I
know. I should get it. Can you replace the
ring?
Doorbell?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It must be some mechanical function, right?
I guess it's in my kitchen, which is over there, but it's so loud. It scares me every time.
Broken since the day I moved in, so you really gotta jam it.
I can't stop laughing. It's so embarrassing.
But this guy basically predicts it's going to be like a gentrification thing. Jesus Christ!
Let me get the door. Hold on.
Someone really wants to talk to her. Ay. Damn. I would have got. I'll tell you what. I would have gotten it the first time. You hear this doorbell ring, and again, it rings rarely because it's hard for people to get in. I open that motherfucker up. Am I going to keep the other article open? Listen, I don't want to mess around too much with how this shit works. I'm afraid that if I do something, it'll fuck it up. What was the game you and Liz played? Oh, I don't remember. It was like Epstein's Island, I think it was called. I don't know. I Capitol Hill's like a college neighborhood, right? Have you been to Seattle?
I've been to Seattle, yeah.
It's like,
Capitol Hill is like a trendy. It's not a college neighborhood, but it's like trendy, cool zone.
trendy cool. Like, what would you compare it to here?
Like the Mission.
Oh, damn. Oh, they should just burn all that down. Why would you want to say they should just talk? They should put that on fire. Oh, it's someone said Amazon neighborhood, the whole city, right?
Yeah.
So, well, I guess this article I read predicted that this would either be like a gentrification hyper thing or whatever, or it would just get destroyed. I'm leaning towards a dialectical mix of the two, both of them. Because Seattle is like a YIMBY ass place, I think, and so they won't miss up this opportunity. Oh, damn, someone says like the Mission with a bit of Hayes Valley.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
That is not my dog. That's outside. I don't have a dog.
I'll tell you what, these protests are pretty much done everywhere else.
Yeah.
Right?
You think?
It seems like it. I mean, I think maybe the summer will get weird later, but I think this is losing steam.
Yeah. I don't know. New York, I don't know. What's going on in New York?
They've lost all contact with it. They've turned it into a prison.
What?
Yeah, they've cut all access, and the word is the president is trapped inside of it.
Oh my God. Okay.
I don't know. I think New York's going fucking.
I think Chicago's still pretty rowdy.
Is
from
it?
my understanding. Yeah.
I didn't think it. I haven't seen anything out of there. I think it got wild for a sec, but I thought it like got kind of shut down again. But yeah, New York. Why are people mad at me for not being
Incredible how
do-sex?
quickly all these organizations just popped right up, isn't it?
It is cool. That fucking. I'm sure most of you guys saw it, but that Black Panther. Hold on, I gotta get this up on here because that was fucking. Now that I know I can do it. Black Panther's fake. Oh, Twitter guy thread. Oh no, this is the people that are saying it's real. You can't see this, Liz, but
Yeah, I can't see it.
well, I don't want people to see my actual Twitter, so I don't know how to look it up. But anyways, this guy did this. You saw that thing in Atlanta. All those Black Panthers were fake. Like they were just psycho actors. And that I think is like, I don't know what that means, but I found that to be very symbolic. Because that was wild. Because it's like, we're not even important enough for psyops. That's just like, its own, like there doesn't need to be psyops. You can just let like actors do whatever, do whatever they'd like.
We're all really, when you think about it, we're all our own kind of crisis actor.
I did change the
In the
category
game
to
called capitalism.
just chatting. Oh, maybe I didn't yet. There we go. Well, if you're watching because you think this is Deus Ex, I will tell you I do have a cybernetic implant. But I'm not telling you what it is.
How was that?
It was fun. I got like $600, which I told all these assholes I'm donating, but I really just spent on a.
That's not true.
I'm kidding. No, I'm gonna keep doing it. I haven't had time to continue doing it this week because we've been fucking going wild on the pod, and so there's no night to do it. I'm going out of town this weekend.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah. I just had a friend here. That was nice.
That's cool. What'd you guys do?
Just hung out.
I think like those protests made people realize that they could just hang out with their friends again. Like it's funny.
He was moving, so he stopped here on his move, but it was still nice. It was like not really, so it was like special hang.
Yeah. Where's he moving to?
LA. Back to LA.
From Seattle? He left the CHAZ already?
Portland. From Portland.
Yeah, I realize that, like, it's funny. It's a little bit of irony there that the anti-lockdown protests achieved nothing but derision, but the BLM protests literally just ended the lockdown.
Yeah. Well, there's a rise in COVID cases in a couple states.
Yeah, but it's like not timed with it right?
No, not with the protests, with Memorial Day, they're saying.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that means that you would see, I mean, you know, unless for some reason you don't, but reason to believe that you'll see a rise in cases in a couple weeks. But I don't know what that is going to mean for like continuing lockdowns or not.
I think it's going to be
be tough for all these states that are like push businesses to open for them to now be like, oh, actually now you're closed again.
It's also
you know what I mean?
I don't think people like. We can talk about this more another time too. It's like people. There's been such back and forth, like, of the positions that the government, or local federal government, has taken, that like there's basically no way that people are going to go in lockdown again in the autumn or winter, right?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Because like it just seems like
I feel like there's no one has. I mean, we kind of talked about this on the podcast, and I think we're going to do an episode kind of about this stuff. But like, I don't think anyone has any faith in any leadership. Like
no,
across the board, and they're all pretty much like contradicting themselves, contradicting each other, going, you know, whether it's Trump, whether it's the CDC, whether it's the Democrats, whether it's the media, whether it's, you know, fucking health officials. It's like,
yeah,
totally schizophrenic to the point of like leaving you kind of like paralyzed from like forced lobotomy, or at least that's what I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if like even the WHO putting that thing out the other day that it was like they did a press conference and they announced that it was like asymptomatic transmissions were like impossible, and then immediately retracted it, and it's like, what? It's just incredible. And so like I have no, I mean, I'm not a huge plandemic guy, but I
Plandemic, what's that?
Well, you know the movie I produced, Plandemic. Oh, it's that movie about like how it's like I think they say Bill Gates caused it or something.
Oh, right.
But like, you know, there's been such contradictory information and like new contradictory information that's like constantly contradicting itself that comes out all the time that I'm basically just like, I don't know anything about it. I'm just not going to kiss people in the mouth. You know, I'll wear the fucking mask when I go out, but like, I'm not going to pretend that like I know how to fucking not get it. You know?
Yeah.
They don't even.
I still haven't taken part.
Oh yeah. I haven't really need to. There's nowhere to go on public transportation for me. You know.
Yeah. It would be nice to go into the city.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I just don't want to go to the East Bay, and so.
You never want to go to the East Bay.
I do not like the East Bay. No. I'm sorry. I don't like a lot of places overly much. But yeah, like why? Like now it's like in San Francisco, there's just like it's just like things are normal now, except that like you can't go to stores or whatever. But like everyone hangs out, people do stuff, because it's who fucking knows, you know? It's like it's this person asked if we hang out in real life. Not when I can help it.
Hey.
No, we hung out a few weeks ago. Oh yeah, did you see that thing about the Golden Gate Bridge? How it whistles now?
With the sound?
That's so fucking cool.
It's my favorite thing in the world. I want to go so badly to Land's End to hear it.
Well, I've been looking at the side of the bridge basically since this started. Like every time I see it, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on there? I haven't gotten very close to it. And I guess they were doing some safety thing for the wind. Like, to help it from buffeting people back.
They didn't realize they could make music.
Classic.
Beautiful.
Rules.
Love it.
It's a haunting 3-note melody too, and it's always windy there. So
yeah, it's pretty good.
See the Ice Cube thing earlier?
No.
Where he
just like came out of nowhere. Is he just like going through? He's just tweeting up a
I
storm.
think he's manic. No, he's just been posting. He wrote something. He posted something that was very funny. He might have deleted it, but it was like the Star of David. Oh no, he's just been posting all day, huh? That's not pleasant.
Oh, I don't like that.
But he did something that was like a little... He posted that mural that Jeremy Corbyn got in trouble for also posting. Or like for commenting on. Like of those guys playing Monopoly that I guess are Jewish. Oh yeah, he deleted it. But it was like how... It was like something about a black cube. And how if you turned it on its side, it like... Oh yeah. I've been puzzled over this.
What is that?
Well, that's
is that Black Cube?
Well, like... Yeah, I don't know. Like, what's the cube? Like, is it like he posted this, the Black Cube of Saturn. Which I'm not super familiar with. That sounds like women magic.
What is that?
I don't know, but I think it has something
I just think of like women in the cube.
Of course, yeah, women get in the regard cube. Yes, maybe if he's saying that, and if he is saying that as a tenet of Judaism, then I fully agree. Absolutely, we invite you in, Mr. Cube. But it's someone says it's based on a weather event on Saturn's surface. They say it controls reality and shit. Oh, is it a Q thing? If it's a Q thing, that's cool. Then that'd be. He said he doesn't know who Q is though. So maybe he's like, I don't know who Q is, but I like.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a Q thing.
That's.
Oh shit.
He got pilled in one day then, because he was saying yesterday.
The internet, man, you gotta watch out for it.
Oh yeah. He's Mediaite. Ice Cube? Rapper Ice Cube shocks internet by sharing QAnon meme. Legendary rapper Ice Cube shocked the internet on Tuesday after he shared a photo referencing the bizarre conspiracy theory QAnon. Oh yeah, no, this was it. He posted this, yeah.
I can't. What is? Oh.
It says media is complicit, #treason. And then it's just got... Dude, I would love to write for a website like this. Like, this guy gets paid to just find guys quote tweeting Ice Cube saying, no! But then Ice Cube says, stop it. I don't know who the fuck Q is. It's just a true statement. But then he clearly does know who Q is because he became an anti-Semitic guy in one day. Classic Q behavior. Q shit rule. There's not a lot of Q. There's a lot of anti-vax stuff when I took in the Bay, but not a lot of Q stuff.
Yeah.
I took a fucking.
You don't see Q.
Yeah, I don't know what. I think it's too rich for Q. I think Q is like. If you're rich, you just got to be concerned about vaccines. Nothing else like Q. It doesn't matter. You're a pedophile. Yeah, if you got black.
Should we look at this thing?
Yeah, let's look at it. So,
since you figured out how to do it.
Hey, does it look like I'm looking at it on my fucking phone? Can you see me scrolling like this? I can't tell. It hasn't caught up to it yet.
They're saying yes.
They can see me scrolling?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess they can. Weird. It's like slower on my phone or something. Listen, okay. So, this is the demands of the collective black voices at Free Capitol Hill. to the government of Seattle, Washington.
So the city government, by the way. Government. I just want to make that clear.
From what I understand, from what I've read, this was made by a group. And again, I read this on the internet. So this could very likely just be someone's idealistic take on the situation, because that happens a lot. But obviously, I mean, it's made by black people. Whether they're black anarchists, like I saw claim, I don't know. Although it has kind of an anarchisty bent to it. Certainly been endorsed by many anarchists I've seen. So, in credit to the people who freed Capitol Hill, this list of demands is neither brief nor simplistic. To be clear, it is very brief. It's like, it's a 6-minute read. It says it right here. Which, like, that, I mean, you know, I don't read Moby Dick every day. That seems pretty brief to me. This is no simple request to end police brutality. We, in italics, we demand that the city council and the mayor, whoever that may be. Yeah.
I have a question. What is so simple about the request to end police brutality? There's literally nothing that demands like a very complicated like answer. Like that's not a simple demand.
I don't really get it.
Yeah. Anyway.
I mean, I get the demand to end police brutality. I don't really... You can see here that it's much more complicated, but confusing. More confusing. This is no simple request to end police brutality. We demand that the city council and the mayor, whoever that may be, which I don't get. That seems like kind of a... I don't know what that means. Like, does that mean... just like the next mayor, too?
I think they're saying that if Durkin resigns, that's how you say her name, right?
Yeah.
Then these demands still hold for the next mayor.
I don't really know how to say her name. I just know a guy named Sean Durkin. Do you know that guy?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, that's how you say his last name. It looks like it's spelled the same. Implement these policy changes for the cultural and historic advancement of the city of Seattle, and to ease the struggles of its people. This document is to represent the black voices who spoke in victory at the top of 12th and Pine after 9 days of peaceful protest while under constant nightly attack from the Seattle Police Department. These are the words from that night, June 8th, 2020. To be clear, Seattle police went fucking wild.
Dude, they went ham.
They went fucking...
The tear gas was wild.
Yeah, they shot that lady too. Did that lady die?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, yeah, it was like particularly brutal in Seattle.
Yeah. Like, it seems like Seattle and New York have like seen the kind of the gnarliest shit go down. That, yeah. I mean, they were just like mowing people down with fucking rubber bullets. People don't understand. I mean, I think a lot of people understand now, but rubber bullets are real bullets. They just have rubber on them, which I haven't looked into. I hope I can buy some. I would love to purchase rubber bullets. But yeah, so I'm not really sure. Like, it doesn't seem like this is from an organization. It just seems like it was people there that night, or like maybe who met each other at these things. It says, for ease of consideration, we've broken these demands into 4 categories: the justice system, health and human services, economics, and education.
So to be clear, they are making demands of a city government. They are not autonomous, because their demands, then theoretically, they would cease their autonomous zone, cease their occupation once their demands are met. Correct?
Yes. Yeah, well, a little bit more.
So any comparison to a commune is incorrect.
Yeah, a little bit
just
more.
Categorically.
A little, I mean, it's, well, you can, it can be communal.
I'm not being too smart.
This is from another article. I don't know how to get this up on the screen, so I'll just read it for you. But this is from an article in The Stranger this is an excerpt from from the office of Mayor Jenny Durkin. Her people put this statement out about the Capitol Hill autonomous zone. The Seattle Fire Department's mission is to save lives and protect property. Recognizing that the Seattle Police Department East Precinct is adjacent to residential and commercial buildings, SFD has and may continue to upstaff resources near the area to ensure crews are appropriately equipped to respond to fires and emergencies when it's safe to do so. Ellipses. To help keep... This is what I found very puzzling in terms of autonomy. To keep the area safe and clean, Seattle Department of Transportation, SDOT, is picking up debris and trash, has cleaned graffiti that displayed hate, racist and vulgar language or concepts, and has arranged for garbage cans and portable toilets to be placed in the vicinity for use by protesters. Streets are closed from 10th to 13th on Pine and on 11th between Olive and Pike. So what it looks like we're saying right there is that this is being done by the city, like all the cleanup and stuff. I don't know.
It sounds like we're in a Amsterdam situation. Which, race, I don't think you know what that means.
I know it's from The Wire. My old roommate used to watch that show.
Okay. Where they basically said, okay, we're going to give them this space.
Wait, this guy highlighted a message saying, the guy who made these demands is a guy named Magic. Wait, I know a guy named Magic who lives in Washington, who basically got run out of the CHAZ for hostility and xenophobia. Hold on. Who's Magic? Can you explain to me who Magic is? I know a guy named Magic. He builds pedals, and I once heard him say the N-word, like hard R. He's a piece of shit. Well, I guess he wouldn't be there then. I did not like him whatsoever. His real name was Magic. His parents named him after Magic Johnson, which is not Magic Johnson's real first name. Wait, he's a local rap. Okay, I know this guy's a rapper too. Oh, hello to Jake too. Jake Hanrahan's in here. So by the way, so what we're seeing here is that the Seattle government is cleaning up the trash from the so-called autonomous zone. It goes on to say, to keep Cal Anderson Park a safe and cleanly gathering area, the Parks Department, SPR, is helping with garbage and debris cleanup, weeding and tree trimming. I don't know what the stranger bolded that. I don't really know what that has to do with it. Repair of damaged garden beds and removal of graffiti. The department has also worked to repair damaged fencings and bathrooms and is providing support for boarding up local businesses. An artist has been brought in to create a mural at the park. Lights at Cal Anderson will stay on until 4 a.m. to keep the area well lit. So, like, this isn't autonomous. Like, this is... I don't know how you use the words de facto, but this is de facto not autonomous, right, Liz?
No, it's like, I mean, it's, it's an occupation.
Yeah.
It's not autonomous at all.
So
I don't know.
There are, like, real autonomous zones out there. Like, there's that thing. There's a couple in France I know of. I'm not, like, an expert on these by any means. And then there's, like, I've been to Exarchia in fucking Greece, which was... I saw a 10-on-10 anarchist street fight there, which was very sick, where they were, like, full-on throwing concrete blocks at each other and, like, beating the shit out of each other. But this seems very different because it seems like I saw they have porta potties there. And those porta potties are being supplied by the city of Seattle.
Yeah.
So we can sort of dispense with the autonomy thing here. But whatever. We'll get back to this.
Yeah.
So
seems more like a festival.
Kind of getting the festival vibes. Given the historical moment, we'll begin with our demands pertaining to the justice system.
That's an old that's the justice system. The is capitalized, by the way. Just want to point that out. Ooh. I find that very funny.
Wait. they're Yeah, hold on. Sorry, I was looking something up. Sorry, it's saying I just got an updated version. Their only demand has changed to investigate the USS Liberty incident.
That would be very funny.
That would be so fucking funny. So demand number one is the demand that is the most complex, but the one I understand the least. The Seattle the police department and attached court system are beyond reform. We do not request...
Okay, so I want to know what they mean by attached court system. Do they literally mean the United States court system? Which, by the way, is not like... I mean, I don't understand what they're talking about.
Can you abolish the court of, like, a city?
We're going to abolish everything.
But, like, I'm no expert
We're
on
going to keep
municipalism.
a capitalist state, but we're going to abolish everything.
Wait, dude, we don't even need to abolish the police. If we just abolish the court, then the police couldn't do anything. Two birds, one stone. Yes. No, so it says they're beyond reform. We do not request reform. Well, okay. We demand abolition. We demand...
I don't think you request reform, but okay.
We demand...
I'm going to get real pedantic and annoying, you guys. Sorry.
The Seattle Council and the mayor defund and abolish the Seattle Police Department and the attached criminal... I don't know what they mean by criminal justice apparatus. Criminal justice apparatus is not, as far as I know... like
That's also capitalized. Why is that capitalized?
Because it makes it
it's
seem
not a
like
proper noun.
I don't know what this means, but like... I don't think you can... I think it's like a constitution thing with the courts.
This means 100% of funding, including existing pensions for Seattle police. So they mean funding, like no more, like, I don't understand.
Well, it seemed... Okay, I don't understand either.
At an equal level of priority, we also demand that the city disallow the operations of ICE in the city of Seattle. So that's, I don't know why that's under... Now I'm getting like really I'm getting super annoying, but it's like, why is that under the same demand? Wouldn't that be a separate demand?
That's like a demand.
Do people not care about ICE anymore? They're just throwing it in with the entire quote unquote criminal justice apparatus.
If Seattle, I'm not. Someone asked me why we're tearing them apart. I'm not tearing them apart. I'm just showing that like this is like. Okay, we'll come back to me in a week and you'll see if what I'm saying today is right. I'm just saying these demands don't make sense considering the context.
They're not actual demands. That's my point.
Like you can't just you can demand that Seattle abolishes the criminal justice system. Absolutely, you can demand that, but it's like. That doesn't work as a discrete demand, and demanding that, I have to stop saying the fucking word demand. But it's...
I don't know. I don't know why people are getting mad at us for... First of all, this was published. Like, I can read this and critique it.
Yeah.
And they are not above critique just because of the moment. And I don't like when people sit around and say, like... Oh, well, what are you doing? Now you can't critique this because you're not doing what they're doing. No, I absolutely can critique this.
Hold on. Someone, user LibCrusher, just sent video of when Magic... So Magic is a guy, I guess, who mocked Kshama Sawant's accent, which I feel like is an uncool thing to do. Also, like, to be clear, it's not like... clear that this is the actual CHAZ thing's demands. This is just what I've seen people posting alongside it. There's no organization that like I can ask if this is the demand. He's an anti-Seattle douche. I'm sorry, I am the anti-Seattle douche. So in the so they're demanding the police be abolished, and if you listen to the last episode, we show that that's like. Okay, you can demand that all you want, but you're going to get as far as you're not going to get very far. But I don't know if they got to be much more. If I was making this, I would be like, well, what are we replacing it with? Because they get into that a little bit down here, but it's still very vague. In the transitionary period between now and the disbandment of the Seattle Police Department, we demand that the use of armed force be banned entirely. No guns, no batons, no riot shields, no chemical weapons, especially against those exercising their First Amendment right as Americans to protest. I think American cops should be disarmed, so I'm fine with that. But we demand an end to the school to prison pipeline and the abolition of youth jails. Get kids out of prison, get cops out of schools. We also demand that the new youth prison being built in Seattle currently be repurposed. I agree with that too.
Yeah.
Like they closed down the juvie in San Francisco. You know, at the end there was only like 20 people in San Francisco juvie.
Really?
Yeah. It must have sucked to be like, how can you put me in here? They also shouldn't try kids as adults. But we demand that the city government. We demand not that the city government nor the state government, but the federal government, launch a full-scale investigation into past and current cases of police brutality in Seattle and Washington. Absolutely. Bill Barr is on the case. You've got a friend in William. As well as the reopening of all closed cases to the Office of Police Accountability. Is that like, does anyone know if, all right, I got to interrupt myself. Someone said, isn't it better to throw everything you can at the wall in this context, making maximalist demands because even a few of those things happening would be great? No, that's not true.
Yeah.
The whole thing with a maximalist demand is it makes sense in a maximalist context, right? So, like, if you abolish the police in America today, and I mean like abolished the entire coercive policing system in America today without changing the economic base of America, you still have everybody acting like the reason people act like they do, the reason people like steal like they steal, commit crimes like they commit, deal drugs like they deal drugs. I mean, actually, people are dealing dope in all kinds of economic systems. But the specific like character of American crime is due to the way the American economic system is set up. And so, like, you can't do this like sort of piecemeal. That's actually like, what would you call it? A Menshevikian demand is to just do these things piecemeal. And like, so like you will, it's like, it doesn't make sense in this context. And I'm not saying that like you shouldn't abolish the police, but you have to abolish the police at the abolition of like the U.S. government. I think the police should be disarmed, and have their powers curtailed. Certainly think they should. I mean, you know how I feel about funding. I'm a money guy. But I think abolition of police is just like it's that the way the reason that there are police is because we live in a class society, and abolishing the police but without abolishing the class system doesn't make sense. It's simply unscientific.
I mean, I also don't understand just like whatever, people are gonna get mad at me again, but like, okay, so you don't want the Seattle PD but you want the FBI?
Well, that's sort of I don't understand either, because the DOJ is first thing. Oh, whoops! I'm hearing myself now. The DOJ can suck me off. Fuck the DOJ. I guarantee to you, they are worse. I mean, also, this is literally just asking for the Eric Holder thing. So like I'm just saying, like it's like people give me a lot of shit because I'm like, they're like, well, at least they're asking for something, but it's like, yeah, but like with Abolish ICE, we asked to abolish ICE, and look, nothing, that didn't happen, So it's like, if you keep asking for things, and first of all, that's the other power, is just asking, because make no mistake, this is not like, you are not threatening them with anything.
Yeah, I also, to that point, like, something that I mentioned to Bryce before we started the stream that I just saw is, 30 Democrats, and they're not all like blue dog Democrats or whatever, just signed on a statement saying that the federal deficit is out of control and that we need to cut Social Security and Medicare. And, I've been told over the last like year, let's say actually 4 years, that we are moving the American population left. We're discovering all these new interested socialists everywhere who want Medicare for all. Yet now we've got a bunch of not just the conservative Democrats calling to cut Medicare. So, this idea like, oh, but at least we're making demands. Oh, at least we're putting the ideas out there, and that will somehow, like, through osmosis, I don't really know what people think or like how politics work, but the idea is like through osmosis, everyone just comes to the idea together that this is what we should do. That's not how power works. That's not how politics work. And that's not how organizations that build structures that are able to then wield power and make concrete demands. That's not how any of this works. Okay?
Yeah, I think I just want to be clear on people. It's like whenever you make criticisms, people think that that's like, you're a hater or like you don't think anything can be done. It's like, no, I am very much an optimist, but like I'm not going to sit back and take a look at the past 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years and be like, oh yeah, we've been doing everything right. It's just a long battle where it's like we've been losing. And pretending we're not losing isn't getting you anywhere, okay? I'm not saying that, like, I'm not making a moral judgment on anybody, but, like, I study fucking damn history. And I try to, you kind of got to apply the past of the lessons of the past to the present. Someone said we've been losing since primitive accumulation. Correct. That is correct. So, technically, many thousands of years of history. But, like, I'm just saying, like, this is, like, again, I don't know the future, Maybe this will work in whatever way work means. But I'm just saying, like, if I can compare this to similar things that have happened in recent history, then I can kind of make an educated guess from that, right? So, like, again, also, like, these aren't bad. Like, they ask, I don't know if I finished reading this, but they asked to, the federal government thing, I think you're barking up the wrong tree there, but they asked for some cases, in particular, we demand that the cases, particularly Seattle and Washington, be reopened where no justice has been served, namely the cases of Aosia Falatogo, Demarius Butts, Isaiah Obey, Tommy Lee, Sean Furr, and Charlena Lyles. And then we demand reparations for victims of police brutality in a form to be determined. I think that, like, victims of police brutality should get money. I don't know, whatever people want to call it, they can call it that. We demand that the city of Seattle make the names of officers involved in the police brutality a matter of public record. Anonymity should not even be a privilege of public service. Sounds fine to me. We demand a retrial of all people in color. I think it's supposed to say of color, currently serving a prison sentence for violent crime by a jury of their peers in their community. I don't know. Why not demand all people with violent crime? I don't know. Like that seems like a little. I mean, I don't know. I'm not touching that.
I don't understand that.
I don't really get that at all.
Cosby?
Well, I guess it's violent technically. We demand. I just don't. I don't really see what they're. I don't know what that means there. We demand decriminalization of the acts of protest and amnesty for protesters generally, but specifically for those involved in what has been termed the George Floyd Rebellion against the terrorist cell that previously occupied this area known as the Seattle Police Department. This includes the immediate release of all protesters currently being held in prison. Yeah. Jail, I assume, after the arrest made at 11th and Pine on Sunday night and early Saturday morning, June 7th and 8th. Absolutely. And any other protesters arrested in the past 2 weeks of the uprising. The name Eva Creja in particular comes to mind, who filmed Seattle police macing a young girl is now in jail. I don't know about that case, but if that's
I don't know that case.
If that's anything like other cases, that fucking happens all the time. That fucking dude who filmed Eric Garner is still in jail. He's gonna be in jail probably forever. For some
I thought they just got him out. Am I wrong?
Oh, maybe they did.
But there's like a little bit of a funny thing there with him, I think. I'm not totally clear on it.
We demand that the city of Seattle and the state government release any prisoner currently serving time for a marijuana-related offense and expunge the related conviction. Absolutely. That makes sense to me. We demand that the city of Seattle and state government release any prisoner currently serving time for resisting arrest if there are no other related charges, and that those convictions should be expunged. Yeah, is that like a thing you go to prison for? I think that's a misdemeanor. But maybe I'm wrong. We demanded that prisoners be given the right to vote. Agreed. Remember when people got so mad at Bernie for saying that?
No. Was that one of the things they got mad at him for?
Yeah. They got really mad at him for that. Like, just the usual suspects. People who are now like...
Everyone gets mad at, the left gets mad at him, the center gets mad at him, the right gets mad at him. No one can...
Someone says, I've been convicted...
He can't do anything right.
I've been convicted of resisting law enforcement. But my question is, like, do you serve time for that? I honestly don't know. Oh, yes. Someone says, Buttigieg said the Boston bomber would be able to vote, and everybody freaked out. Yeah, that was what they did. They were like...
I only want the Sarnev brothers to vote.
Sarnev's a veteran, dude. He worked for the CIA.
He should be the only one allowed. Make him choose.
Sarnev is literally a co-worker of Pete Buttigieg.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. Let me get back to this. We demand an end to prosecutorial immunity for police officers. Okay. We demand the abolition of imprisonment, generally speaking. Well, so that's like what I don't get there, because I feel like this hedges a few times, because it says generally speaking here. And like, I guess one of my sort of quibbles with this is that, like, we demand the abolition of these things, but the whole thing is, if you're a Marxist, you demand the abolition of the police with a replacement by police who serve the interests of the new dominating class, which would be the working class. But in this, we're just like, all right, capital, keep rocking and rolling, baby, but no more cops or prisons. Where it's like,
I don't understand.
Yeah, me either. Demand the blah blah youth prisons and private property. We demand autonomy be given to people. It's just like these kind of go. I don't know if I want to read all of these, but
no, this is very long. This is longer than I guess they were right. Maybe I just brief.
I don't think that people usually sit here and read about it. But
I read very carefully.
I don't know. It's just like it's. I guess like, well, I mean, everyone's saying that this is the guy who made fun of Kshama Sawant. Now he got kicked out. So maybe it doesn't even maybe these don't even matter anymore.
I also I keep forgetting this is about Seattle, and every time I see the SPD, they're like, we demand the abolition of the SPD, and my brain obviously goes to the
Social Democratic Party.
The Socialist Party. Yeah.
I will say the Social Democratic Party of Germany does have more blood on its hands than the Seattle Police Department does. But like, I don't know. It's like, it's the whole occupation thing to me. It's like, what demands can these protesters make? Because like, they don't have any leverage. I mean, I think they have less leverage than they did when they were sort of going wild on the streets. And it's like, this is going to end in a week or whatever, maybe a few days, maybe a couple weeks. But like, to be clear, they didn't like clear the Seattle police from this area. Like the Seattle police left on their own. Like they gave them this area.
Yeah.
And so like, we can't operate sort of on the thinking that like they took this area in violent struggle. Because if the Seattle Police Department wanted to, and if they really wanted to, they could get these guys out of here post-haste.
Well, let's remember when Obama decided to clear out Occupy.
Yeah.
When they said, okay, it's gone too long, we're done now, show's over. and middle of the night, it was over.
And like, I don't know. And it's like, can I get mad at people for doing it? I mean, obviously some of it's annoying. I can be like, that's stupid. But like, if you want to go out and do whatever you want in the street, you know me, libertarian, all good. But like, I think...
Wait, I haven't said it. People keep, earlier people are like, oh, you're just haters. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Like, I haven't said anything about, I don't know who the people are. I haven't made any, I actually, surprise, surprise, haven't actually made any aesthetic comments or made fun of anyone or anything. I'm literally just talking about what it is. And you can't even do that without being called, oh, stop being, sourpuss, stop putting people down, stop making fun. It's like, so let me just, okay, I can't talk about anything. Don't talk about it, or you're gonna hurt it. It's like, come on, let's all grow up. Okay?
Yeah. Like it's I don't know. I think my big problem is just this whole like, I think in America, like our version of getting organized is spending 2 years doing whatever in an unorganized fashion, and then getting together for these sort of like festivals of jubilation every couple of years in front of whatever we don't like, right? And for a few days or for a week or for maybe a month, there's this sort of orgy of excitement and happiness, and it's jubilation. And then this sense, I think, not among me, I'm not a big attendee of these events, although I've been to some of them, of like we are creating a new world right here, right now. We're prefiguring our future, and that's not what happens. Things get worse, and I know that not everybody is under that illusion, but I think a lot of people want to believe that, and it's I don't know, it's tough. It's because at a certain point you have to admit that we're losing and that we've been losing. And we're trying the same things over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And if they're not working, we can't pretend they are.
Yeah. Well, I would also maybe say another question to ask is, why do we keep trying the same things over and over again? And I would suggest that it's not a question, or like, it's not because people think these strategies are working, but like, we're just constantly producing the same reactions. Well, that's very interesting. Maybe there's something there to dive into.
How do you mean?
I mean, like, there's no organization that's directing strategy and it's incorrect strategy, right? It's reactive. And this is what the form that the reaction is taking. Okay, so why does this form why is this form like, why is this reaction constantly taking this form? Why, yes. Or why is it reactive in the first place?
Yeah. Like, agreed. Like, I think the one thing like that seems obvious to me, if you look at history, and I know a lot of people do look at history, is that the only way to win things is to be organized with like real organization, right? Like, there's a reason people talk about how, like, just for an example that like a lot of anarchists like northern Syria or the Kurds or whatever, like it wasn't just like a all of a sudden thing. Like
spontaneity.
It was not spontaneous. No, spontaneity doesn't work. They spent decades in a literal, like, even their non-military branches are like basically organized along military lines, and there's like a chain of command. And it works like basically a militarized political party. And if you look at a lot of history, that's what happens. Like, that's how you win things. And bad people can win things like that, and good people can win things like that. But that's what happens. Like, that's how you do it. Because if not, then you have everybody, like everybody's a little Napoleon. And that means there's no real accountability. That means that there's no real like way to work things out. That means there's no way to standardize a political message. Basically, and especially in a country that's so big as America, it means there's no way to win.
Right.
Someone says spontaneity needs to be taken advantage of. You, of course, take advantage of the moment. I mean, famously, Lenin was.
But who takes advantage?
Exactly.
That's the whole point. There's no organ to take advantage of the spontaneity. It doesn't just emerge out of it.
Wait, is this a body without organs?
What? No.
Oh, I was like, maybe it was
I like that though.
Damn, fuck! I thought I figured it out. The eternal problem. I will not.
Just read base to lose.
I am base to lose.
No, you're not. Don't say that.
I never read a fucking word by that creep.
His book on Nietzsche is good. I recommend that.
Deleuze?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get around to it.
But I'm not a big whatever.
It's like, there's a dark Deleuze book? I am.
Someone said more like Deluser. That's funny.
That's pretty good. I'm the dark cowboy, the famous philosopher.
I like jokes like that.
I have a Sartre one, but I can't remember where I went. I made it up when I was very young. The K in Kshama is silent, or I guess Shama. Damn, I did not know that.
Me neither.
I love that. I guess that article that was saying that she got kicked out of or not kicked out, but booed and made fun of at the autonomous zone was talking about that guy who wrote these demands.
Did you see the footage from City Hall last night where they all stormed in?
Yeah, I guess she let him in.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. I remember like when this like news broke in Seattle that Kshama, they found out that she was like controlled by a political party, like some muckraker or whatever. And that like each of her, like all of her legislation is like run by like whatever their central committee or whatever is called, the Socialist Alternative. And I remember reading that and being so fucking jealous that they had that level of organization. And being like, that's so cool. Like, it's, yeah, I don't know. And like, I don't know what it is. I think it's like a lot of Americans are just like individualists.
I don't think it's that. I think that's like a little too like essential for me. But I will say that we don't have a proper party system, and we never have in the United States. So, and we have even less one now than we did at the turn of the century, you know?
Yeah.
So it makes it very difficult to build politics within the existing parties, if that makes sense. Like a proper structure.
Yeah, it's the problem with structure is someone sent me new demands. I'll read them in a sec. They have now a list of 5 demands, but I can't tell. I think this is from maybe a different group. I think that I think part of the problem is that there's no there's no party system, right? Like if you're in Britain and you join the Labour Party, I mean, you at least the Labour Party sucks dick and balls, but you at least kind of get a taste of what it's like to be in a party, and you are under some amount of discipline, even if it's discipline ran by the creepiest motherfuckers in the world. But here, there's basically no socialization of that. You're not you're not socialized to think like that. I don't know. It's to me, I guess I don't want I don't want to be essentialist with the individualist thing, but I'm just speaking from my experiences, people have a hard time taking orders. And I think that's for a lot of reasons. But maybe it's just a symptom of being in the core or whatever. But it's fucking wild. People have a hard time taking orders, and people have a hard time doing any of the things that you need to do to be in a political party. But that's the only way to win. That's the only way to win. That's the only way history has shown us that you can win. Even the anarchists in Spain or whatever, they were very organized in some ways. They had an organization, let me put it that way, with congresses that they went to and voted on things and did things because of. And that's not really the case here. Not just with anarchists, but basically with anybody. I don't know. I want to win.
I want to talk about something else.
Me too. I have swatted the Seattle autonomous zone. The Whole Foods near
Wait, what does that mean?
Swatting is what I shouldn't say that because someone will do it to me. Please don't.
What?
Holy shit! I gotta tell you something.
What?
Last night, I heard weeping. I live on the ground floor of an apartment building. I heard weeping, and I'm like, damn, that's fucked up.
What time?
11, and I'm like, damn, that's some ladies crying.
Not witching hour.
Well, I pop open.
I know where you're going with this. I'm telling you, that's not the hour.
I pop open the window. Take a look around, and then I hear a guy yelling from across the street, "Shut up, bitch! Fuck you! Like, I'm gonna call the fucking cops. Get the fuck out of here!" I'm like, what the? First I assumed it was a guy kicking a lady out of his house, doing something fucked up. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? But I couldn't see him, so I'm looking around, and then I see that there's a fucking lady on my steps, and the guy's across the street. She's on my steps, and I could tell she's homeless right away because she just has a bunch of stuff with her, and the guy looked like some fucking homeowner from around here. She's got all white on. Here, let me get rid of this and make us big. She's got all white, a veil on. And I live in a neighborhood where there's like a good amount
of... A veil?
Well, it's like I live in a neighborhood with like a lot of Ethiopian people in it, and some of the Ethiopian
like that
ladies,
style.
I thought it was...
I was thinking wedding veil.
No, yes, but I thought it was like, oh, she's like, damn, what's going on? Like, she must be an Ethiopian lady or something, because it was like the white sort of like, I don't know what the material is called, gauzy looking stuff. But she like looked around, and she's just like, if you took like a giant piece of gauze and just put it over a lady, she looked like a ghost.
Okay.
Like a scary ghost. And I'm like, what the fuck? But this guy's still yelling at her. So
so are you at your front door, or are you looking out the window?
I'm looking out the window of my front room, like, god damn. So I'm like about 8 feet above her. It was fucking, I don't know. So I yell at the guy, like, get the fuck out of here. I'll fucking kill you, blah, blah, blah. Because it's like...
Okay, wait, other question.
Yeah.
So it's more like a mummy?
No, it was like, it was exactly like if someone was trying to dress up like a ghost.
Okay, got it.
Exactly like
exact ghost.
Exact ghost. And, but no eye holes. No holes of any kind. Just so like, I thought it was a veil at first, but like, it wasn't like a burqa or anything like that. It was like, but I'd say it's a veil because it was kind of like, you could like thin, and you could kind of see in it. You could see her shape. And I tell the guy to get the fuck out of there, blah blah. But I'm like, I like really don't want to go out there and yell at him directly because I'm scared of her now. And she's not saying anything. She's just weeping her eyes out. And so Jen kind of goes out the window, is like, the guy gets the fuck out of here. And Jen's like, do you need money? Like, are you okay? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. And the lady doesn't even, she just like, her head goes up and like this. And like crazy like that. But it's like, you can't see her head. But like back and forth like that. But there's like, imagine if like gauzy white was all over you, like to your feet. Like, well, and like, she kind of maybe looked pregnant or something. And
okay.
So we were like discussing what to do. And then this sounds fucking fake. And when this was happening, I was like, if I tell anyone about this, no one will believe me. But I'm telling you. We're discussing what to do, kind of quietly in hushed voices inside. And we hear, like humming, but like spooky humming.
She's humming. So she's not weeping. She's humming.
No, she was weeping before, like weeping.
No, I know, but now she's moved to humming.
Now she's moved to like a kind of like trebly
like hum. A sing song.
Yeah, like like in scary movies, it's like it's always like the previews for a scary movie. It's like a little kid looking somewhere. It's like, mommy is the monster man. Dude. Or something. It was like a children's ass thing like that. We were like, what?
I did not like this.
I hated it. And I was like, but like,
This is bad.
it's not like she's a ghost, you know, like, lady, like, do you want some $20? Because I had a $20 bill. And then Jen was like, let me do this. And I was like, all right. And, because I'm like, maybe she thinks I'm being weird or something. But,
Yeah.
But she doesn't take it. She doesn't even look up anymore. And we're like, not far.
Is the window open?
The window's full open, out the window.
So as you open, hello.
Yeah.
Hey, lady.
Hey, lady. Hey, mama.
Hey, lady.
Hey, lady. Exactly.
Okay.
And it's like 10:30, 11 at night. And so it's like, it's not like there's traffic really going by or nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? And my immediate thought was like, this is a ghost. I'm being haunted. Right? And like,
kind of a lazy ghost to sit.
Well, it's doing the classic ghost activities.
Why would ghosts get tired?
Well, so she's sitting like this. She's sitting like this and weeping. And then when she's humming, I look out and she's just like sitting straight like this.
Oh my god, this is horrifying.
Night. And so I'm like, we're done. We're dead. Jen's like, I'm gonna give her the $20, and like, there's, she's got like the name of a shelter right by here that I think it's called Providence, that accepts, it's like women and like, I think it's all women and like kids, Jen's thinking that I'm like, I'm gonna have to shoot this person or ghost. I'm like, if it's a person, I can't shoot them. If it's a ghost, I can. So
this is the whole thing. You can't shoot a ghost.
I didn't want to, but if I have to, what other recourse do I have? I mean, we're first going to try to give money to the ghost. But, like, I open the door, and because I'm like, I'm not fucking going out there. Like, we can give her the money, but you got to do it. Because also, it's
of course you make Jen do it.
Well, I'm a guy. I don't think that a guy should go out there and do it. It's weird. Jen goes out there. She's on our, like, front step. Jen's like, hey, are you all right? And the woman's no response. Like, doesn't even move like she's heard her. And just, like, weeping again. And Jen's like, hey, I have some money for you. And, like, here's a thing for Providence, the shelter. And she puts it right next to the lady. And then, basically, by the time that the lady doesn't move. And Jen's like, hello? Like, I can help you. I can use my phone to call them, see if they're open. They are open 24 hours. But, like, we go back in. After, like, a second, this lady's nothing's going on. We go back in. Fucking Jen is, we look out the window. 20's gone. We're like, oh, I guess she took it. We turn and look at each other. We look back out. Literally, like, seconds, she's gone. Like, just gone. Her stuff was still there. We look again in like a few hours, or not, a couple hours. All the stuff's gone. No idea what's happening. But very weird stuff. Very weird. Am I being haunted?
No.
Do you think I got scanned by a lady who thinks I'll give ghosts money?
Yes.
Respect.
That's so scary.
It was, dude, I was thinking, like, this is...
My God, if I would, like, open my door and someone was just wailing on my... I mean, I don't really live in a proper building, but it would be like... I don't know what I would do.
Yeah.
I would probably call you and be like, what do I do?
Yeah. I've, like, spent a lot of time around homeless people. And I've never gotten the vibe that one of them is a ghost before. In any way whatsoever. I've always been like, this is a person. And I'm not saying this isn't a person, but I've got ghost vibes from this person. Like, intense ones.
That's sad.
Yeah, I mean, the most likely thing is that, like, she's just... I mean, there's a lot of people in like, the neighborhood I live that are just, like, so mentally ill that it's like not like they just like mumble and walk around. It's like they're not even on drugs or anything. But I've never like. This was just like the scariest. It's just like they just look. I've been in nut houses a million times. I've never seen anything like this. Um, yeah. Anyways,
That's
I hope
weird.
she comes back tonight.
No.
If she comes back, I'll give her another 20.
No.
I don't have 20, but I'll figure it out. But like our neighbor walked in while that was happening and was like, I was like, how are you not seeing this? Like, how are you not freaked out by this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Someone just made a good point. Maybe Ice Cube's a black Israelite.
That would be a twist.
I saw one of the guys be so mean to a young Chinese lady downtown.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was incredible. I've never seen anything like. I was just like, I get it that you don't like her race or whatever, but how are you being this personally mean to her?
Doesn't sound like a good guy.
No. But yeah, I don't know. I'm scared of ghosts now.
You've always been scared.
Yeah. Hey, someone gave me this. What's it say? Anyone read Arabic out there? If you can read Arabic, DM me.
I just spaced out. I forgot we were doing this.
Yeah, there's 4. Whoa, only 8 more people needed in the chat to make us banned forever.
What does that mean?
Wait, without looking at anything, guess.
Guess what?
Why? So I said only 8 more people needed to watch before we get banned for having the bad number.
Oh, the Nazi number?
Nazi number. What's the 14? We shouldn't get into this. I just can't remember. Oh, how
I don't want to. Yeah.
That's 88. I don't remember. Oh, the 14 were too complicated. If you're gonna be a Nazi, you have to.
Didn't you get called a Nazi today?
That guy always calls me. There's a guy who always calls me a Nazi for like. I couldn't tell if he was
called me a wasp too, which was really offensive. First of all, I'm not a Protestant.
Well, also no offense, baby girl, but anybody
I'm not
who's
a
calling
wasp
someone
either.
with the name Franzak a wasp?
I know. I don't think people know what that means.
Yeah, it's like you're maybe the P stands for Polish. White and sexy Pole. Maybe that's what he was saying.
That's terrible.
You're the Polish Gandhi. Leading your people to
don't say that.
You ever thought about going back?
I've been to Poland.
No, but leading them into the future.
It's a tough situation there.
It's a difficult situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should move to Ukraine and be like, my people, I've returned.
I have a lot of family there.
Well, you don't have to say what parts, but is it like in the main, is it the Krakow or whatever?
No.
Warsaw? Are they village people?
No, not Warsaw. No, it's like in a small town, like small coal mining town. It's actually kind of a shit town. It's in the same-ish area, same-ish that John Paul II is from. So there's like murals of him everywhere. The Polish Pope.
Oh, I'm aware.
I'm just saying.
I actually meant to bring him up on our last episode. Or the episode that's getting released tonight because of certain connections. The guy's connections with him. What's the deal with the Pope? Is that true about the whole they got a check thing?
What whole thing?
The way I've always understood it is that the Pope at one point sits in a chair with the hole cut out underneath it, and a guy checks. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not Catholic, so I don't know.
Well, yeah, but I'm not Catholic either. I thought I knew, but maybe I'm just like, did I
I know,
make
but
that
I don't
up?
know why I wouldn't. I don't know.
Let me fucking look this up. I'm almost positive this is true.
I don't think this is a thing.
Pope ball.
It wasn't in Young Pope.
The Pope. Oh, Pope. Well, yeah, but maybe he's just sexual energies. So, this is from were the medieval. This is from Christianity.stackexchange.com. Is one of the consequences of the Pope Joan story, whether it was true or false, the use of a marble chair with a large toilet-like hole in its seat? As the picture above shows, it seems that the chair has been part of a papal enthronement, when the Pope-elect had to sit on a seat naked from the waist down while cardinals filed past, either peering or feeling to confirm his masculinity. According to this Wikipedia article, which is in Dutch, there is no English version, the cardinal said, testiculos, I get that, I think that means testicles, habit et bene pendentes, in confirmation of the Pope having passed the inspection. What is the truth of such a papal testing? Okay, first sentence of the answer. The chair is real. The chair is real.
I don't think it's real.
Yeah, I think it said that there wouldn't be a woman pope. There's like, the answer is too long. So I guess what they're saying is that there are legends of that going back hundreds of years, but there's also legends to the contrary going back. So nobody really knows. I gotta get me one of these.
I don't think
chairs.
anyone knows what goes on in the Vatican.
We need a guy in the Vatican. Hey, we can check where we have listeners. I wonder if we have any in the Vatican.
I doubt it.
Dude, we have one in Kuwait.
Bored?
What's up?
What?
There's a guy in Kuwait.
Wait, really? How do you know that?
I looked at our, I don't know how to find it again because I looked the other day, but I looked at like where people listened to us a while ago, and there was actually like 12 in Kuwait. So I'm assuming they're either in the army or like possibly remnants of the Black September organization, or more likely, as someone said, VPN. But we don't know that.
Oh yeah.
The benefit of the doubt.
I always forget about VPN.
Should I use VPN?
You don't have one?
I just don't turn it on because it made my computer slow, I feel like.
They're annoying, but you probably should. I don't know. I mean, they know what they know already.
I don't look at anything weird.
No.
Do you think they're watching the stream?
I hope so. Hello?
I'm talking about the Kuwaitis. Hello.
Oh, I thought you meant the big guys. Big guys upstairs.
As you know, like my worries about getting in trouble for being an Antifa terrorist have increased lately.
Yeah. Fuck. Let me bug that person again.
Yeah. For those who don't know.
Just that baby though.
She can get on the email. She probably wants to get away from the baby for a couple minutes. But Jack Posobiec of OAN has done a series now of, not like a full series, but like he's done successive interviews and little like Periscope segments or whatever. His whole thing, what Jack Posobiec tries to do is he reinvents himself as a different kind of expert every 6 months. Like I looked at his Twitter and noticed like a year ago that how he calls himself a Mandarin linguist and like tries to present himself as like a China
linguist.
He's a linguist.
By the way, that's like different than knowing Mandarin. Being a linguist is a different skill set.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I have a feeling that he is not. He doesn't seem to be speaking.
No, he's like taken like Duolingo for a week and then forgot about it.
He was in the intelligence division of the Naval Reserves. So it's like, I don't think that they were having...
Wait, he was in the reserves? He wasn't even in the Navy?
Reserves. He was in the Naval Reserve.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Yeah. Which is like...
Yeah. Him and like my fucking dentist.
Yeah. I almost paused it. Let me make sure, but let me do a lot more.
Wait, why would the reserves have intelligence wing? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, Lieutenant J.G. Posobiec, a Navy reservist.
What a name, too.
And he had his Lieutenant. This is from Military Times. Lieutenant J.G. Jack Posobiec, a Navy Reserve intelligence officer, was thrust into the public spotlight this week after President Trump retweeted his take on the white supremacist rally in Charlottesville, in which the officer implied the public outrage was fueled by media bias rather than concern of violence. And I guess the tweet was something about how there were shootings in Chicago that weekend, too. But he had his security clearance suspended, and I assume it has not been returned. But what security, like... You're in the Navy Reserves, dude. Like, what are you figuring out? How many fishing boats fucking Taiwan has?
Well, no. You know as well as I do that the Navy is primo intelligence wing of the U.S. military.
But, like, I can't imagine that the Reserve is. You know?
That's why I always loved that that's where Pete got deployed. It's like, baby, what was the Navy doing in Afghanistan?
Well, Pete's thing ruled because Pete was in the same thing as Hunter.
You take out the Afghani Navy.
Yeah, incredible. Because I don't think he was a Marine either. He was also Navy Reserve intelligence.
He was Navy, yeah. He was not a Marine.
No, but like he was reserve too, I think. Or was he? Whatever he was.
No, he was reserves. He signed up after Harvard.
Classic. Me too.
And yeah.
Dude,
anyway, wasn't he like assigned to a desk and then they just like quartered him out for a little like photo op?
I guess what you can do if you're in that part of the reserve or whatever is that you could just not go to basic training, which fucking rules. I didn't know that was an option, or I would have joined the military. But yeah, he bugged them to go to Afghanistan, and he went, and then he just drove between. They referred to being like what he did as combat missions, but I think he just drove around like through Kabul. But yeah, it's
the Navy is a big player in the intelligence. Someone just asking why, because historically the Navy was the strongest wing of like military operations, like. And like when you talk about British intelligence, that also started in the Navy.
Yeah.
Because you had boats and submarines, and they are trying to gather intelligence. You know what I mean?
Well, it just evolved into like a pretty big apparatus. I'm not like super...
yeah. But I'm saying like it starts. Someone was asking why because we've said that before.
Yeah. Wait, was Cernovich in the Naval Reserve? If Cernovich is in the Navy Reserves, I'm going to join the Navy Reserves to figure out what's going on. But
I think you're too old.
But yeah, Posobiec's been talking on like Periscope streams, which watched by 65-year-old women, pretty much only. I think that seems to be his big crowd. About how Antifa was trained in Syria. And right. I don't know if he's shown a picture of me or anything. I don't think so.
Wait, are they going to trot out the like Portland DSA Rojava video? Because that'd be so funny.
If they that set back the Kurdish people 30, 40 years.
Oh, I forgot about that video.
But yes, that video is. They showed that to Öcalan, and the Turkish intelligence is able to predict that video, like 30 years ago or 20-something years ago, and got Öcalan to surrender. If you need to find, I'm not going to show the video. I don't want. I honestly hate seeing it so much. I hate seeing it so much. If you want to look up DSA Rojava video, look it up all you want, but I don't remember what it's called, but just look that up. I'm sure you can find it.
I don't even remember what it's called, but it was just a bunch of guys in ski masks, like pumping fists and doing stuff. It was funny.
Yeah, I just looked up DSA Rojava video, and it's the first result on Twitter. Now you all look at that and get back to me, but I'm not watching that. I'm not watching that on this fucking stream. I'm not. Yeah, it was the green mask thing. So I think someone posted it. But it's if you want to look cool, you be my guest, right? Like if you want to if you are making a video or something and you're like, damn, that'd be sick if I looked cool. You should go with that thought. Don't go with the thought of like, what if I looked, what's the word? Soy. Now, I'm not saying I look cool now, but I wouldn't feel ashamed to be on
I think that you're mistaking. I think they think that is cool looking.
They are wrong. They are incorrect.
I agree.
They are incorrect.
I agree.
But so Jack Posobiec's been showing. If he showed that video, then Trump would immediately nuke northern Syria.
He wouldn't have to. I mean,
yeah, mass Harikari. But Posobiec's been talking about it because I think he just found out that there was something called the Antifa. I can't remember what it's called. Tabor, but it translates to platoon, I think.
Yeah.
In Syria, and there was a Rolling Stone article about it, and not the one I was in, it's a different one. And he figured out that he could make this a thing, and so he's been on OAN, and Trump just only watches OAN now. I think he still watches Fox and Friends, but he watches a lot of OAN, and that's a little worse. Dude, I watched some OAN the other day. It was fucking insane.
Really? How did you watch it? I don't think I get it.
There was just someone that posted I don't get on TV.
Is it just on TV?
Yeah, I didn't watch it on TV. I think it is, but OAN.
I should watch it. I was watching the news the other day. The news. I don't know. My friend who was visiting was like, "Oh, I just want to put it on." While we're making dinner, and it was fucking nuts, dude. MSNBC is crazy. So it was Don Lemon, that guy, and they've all adopted the Rachel Maddow smirk, snarky kind of this is for social media. It's everything they say is made to be clipped and shared on social media as a gotcha.
Yeah.
And so he was talking about how Trump was evacuated to the bunker when the protests at the White House, but I guess Trump came out and said it was because of a test or something. But then Barr was yeah, it was so bad that we had to evacuate the president to the bunker.
So they were both trying to sound badass.
Yeah, and Don Lemon was he had. I wish I had a pen, but he had a pen, and he was just so you were evacuated. You did it. It wasn't a test, but you said it was a test. As if this is some big guy. It's who the fuck cares? Why is this a thing? But it was watching him give this fucking bizarro world Cronkite it's not even that. It's for Facebook moms. It was so fucking weird, dude.
Yeah, I mean that's
or CNN, whatever news network he's on. I don't even fucking know which one it is.
Do you see what I'm looking at?
No.
Can you look at the Twitch stream? Look what I'm looking at.
I don't know how to look at the Twitch stream.
Oh, well, I don't know how to show you this. I thought you were.
No. How would I do that?
How are you looking at the comments?
Because I popped the chat out.
Oh.
Why? Who is that?
I don't know, but this is from the OANN website. You can buy any of them.
They're selling I Can't Breathe masks?
Yeah, but like, look at this couple. This is insane. You know what this reminds me of?
That shit pisses me off. That's so fucking awful.
This is the same font as this. Remember when the cops wore I Can Breathe things? Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I tried to get a new face mask the other day so I could wear with glasses. And let me tell you what. Difficult to find. I just want a plain colored one.
I hate the cloth ones. I hate all masks. All of them suck. I hate all of them.
Horrible.
None of them look good. Everyone looks dumb. Everyone who's like, oh, everyone looks hot in a mask. No, y'all look stupid.
How can you tell if someone's hot? They're wearing a mask.
No one can tell if... I'm always like trying to smile at people because I'm a nice person. No one can see now because of the dumbass mask.
Yeah, look at this shit. You want to see something fucked up? I got this mask a while ago. Jen got him. I look fucking stupid. And my glasses fog up. You can't see because they're sunglasses. It's awful. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I got the flimsy ones. I got the nicer ones. It doesn't matter what kind of mask I have. You can't wear them with glasses. So you shouldn't have to wear them with glasses.
The thing is like, I wear the mask. Couldn't go into a store if I didn't. Yeah. I wear the mask. I wear gloves. I do the whole thing. But I don't like it.
It sucks.
And I'm allowed to not like it.
I stopped wearing the mask outside for the most part. Well, no.
People look at me funny depending on where I am. Some dad got mad at me the other day.
I don't really walk in places where there's a lot of people. And so I walk with it like around my neck, and I see somebody, I put it up. But other than that, I can't fucking do it.
That's pretty much what everyone does on the street, which I think is funny. Whenever I'm on a busy street, I wear the mask.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hold on, I'm gonna get back to this thing.
Back to what?
Oh, I just gotta get back to the fucking thing. I fucking exited out of it on my phone. You know, the most dangerous toy of all now is blowing bubbles. The air in them is just filled with poison.
That's sad. I want this to be over.
I think the first, and not to be confused with the TrueAnon trademark phases, but I think the first phase of Corona is done, or second phase is donezo.
I don't know. It's pretty bad in Texas.
Oh, I'm not saying
really bad in Texas.
I'm not saying coronavirus is donezo.
Oh, you mean the response?
Saying like the response, like the way people are acting about it. I think people just kind of gave up on caring. It's gonna spike again for sure. It already is in like Tahoe and LA, right?
Yeah.
The problem is there's still there's still basically no cases in San Francisco.
It's very weird.
It's so weird.
It's not that.
I mean, we're quarantined. Are any of you guys not quarantined? You guys going out and partying? Because like in places where it's open, like are people like my sponsee went to Texas last week and visited his parents and stuff. And they like went out to eat, but like I didn't ask him. Like, is it
like at a restaurant with people?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't. That's wow.
So like in places where it's open, are people going out? Like even if they're like Bob, like if you go out to eat,
wait, are they social distancing in the CHAZ? Can't really quarantine in the CHAZ.
This person says cases in Arizona have skyrocketed for Memorial Day weekend, and now all our ICU beds in the state are at capacity. Sounds great.
Oh shit. Shit. So like that's all full.
A lot of people going out in rural areas. I kind of get that. Like, I saw that video of people in casinos. I would not go to a casino right now. Oh, yeah, this person says the governor in Arizona has responded by just saying it's because of increased testing. That's probably what they're going to say everywhere. They're going to try to be like, oh.
I mean, some of that is, yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, if all the ICU beds are full.
Yeah, no, that's totally different. Yeah.
This person says there are outdoor shared eating spaces in Portland. That'll happen here, too, I think. Yeah, wait.
Everyone's eating on Market Street.
Everyone's asking what's up with gambling in CHAZ. Have the CHAZ people considered opening up a casino? Make some money? I would love to go to CHAZ and play roulette.
I hate the name CHAZ.
CHAZ
it is funny, though.
It's very funny. Yeah, the Chazino. Exactly. I'll tell you this. Why don't you check this out? So, why don't you be like, if you let us we will open up a casino and raise a bunch of money for the city coffers if you abolish the police, and especially the gambling commission.
The gambling commission.
That'd be so funny if there was like a Las Vegas occupation that was just like people autonomous zone of Vegas where the gambling commission couldn't go. Police could come.
ANCAP,
they love police.
Baby. Let's get some ANCAP occupations.
Yeah. That would fucking rock. Yeah, or like, no FDA here. Sorry. We have raw milk. I'm basically on a Department of Education occupation. Everywhere I go, they can't come. Yeah, no ATF. This is fuck it. They should extend this to all of it. Whole states should just become autonomous zones.
Stop it.
Because what if West Virginia was like, no, fuck it, no ATF, done.
That's called a constitutional crisis, baby.
Well, remember for a second they were going to try to do sanctuary cities for guns?
It'd be funny if all the occupation demands just turn into states' rights issues.
That's a little further down in Washington or in Oregon, really.
No, but it's just like everyone gets confused and starts demanding states' rights.
Yeah, it's like, no, sorry, DOJ has no authority here. No
jurisdiction here. We're gonna abolish the IRS.
Yeah, dude, you don't get me wrong. I am so pro balkanization. America's way too big. There's like 4 Europes in America. Think of how much
That's
cool
quite
shit.
Large.
It's too big. Split it into 2. Well, no.
Diagonally. That would be funny looking.
They kind of did that.
But like really diagonally.
Oh, like full diagonal.
That would be funny looking.
I think it should just like, I think so. Or like, I don't think down the middle makes much sense. But I think diagonal is,
I know is that I don't want to live in any kind of Republic of California.
Well, did you see that like those California secessionist people are sending an ambassador to Donetsk? Or, yeah, I think Donetsk. That I'm totally in favor of. Because if I can get some sort of ambassador position somewhere, the Vatican maybe, I can figure out what's up with that chair. Sounds pretty good to me.
The California secessionists are fucking insane.
Well, I know that there's like some that just want to split the state up into 3, so there's like a more conservative electoral votes or whatever, right?
I mean, I don't know. I just am like, I absolutely do not want Silicon Valley to be like the president of me. Like, I don't want to give these people more fucking political power. I hate all of them.
I think like they try to put on. I never really followed very closely because it's so fucking lame. But I think like last time
it's also so dorky.
A ballot measure, there was like basically splitting it like in 3, and then one of them was kind of small. But I think it was like the guys doing it, they figured out it was because they wanted to like lessen California's electoral vote impact.
It's like everything about it, that included, is so lame.
Yeah, California California rules, but I don't want it to be like a political entity any more than it is.
Yeah, totally.
It can suck me. Also, I don't want to be in a state with Berkeley. No disrespect. California right now, or San Francisco right now, peninsula, basically an autonomous zone in its own right.
Yeah.
You want to cool it soon?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. All right. I'm gonna be back on here at some time. I don't know. It might be like next Monday or something, or Tuesday, to play Deus Ex. I'm gonna be gone this weekend, so we're not streaming. Or you can stream, but I'm not gonna. You don't have to either. I'm gonna be in the countryside, infecting.
That's gonna be so nice.
And it's gonna be 50 degrees where I am.
Yeah. No, and you have no internet.
No internet, no heat. I believe there is power. So, yeah. Well, we got a new episode.
When's the next pod? Yeah, that's tonight.
Tonight. It's a good one.
Hope so.
I think it was. It's part of our unofficial series. All right. Well, let's roll out, baby.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us, guys. See you soon.